Alright, if you're gonna sit there, I'm gonna make you play the video game.
Whoa.
You don't have to.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, because that's where the censor bar is.
Yeah, that's perfect, right? Being stoned and playing the Wii is kind of funny. You're just like, what am I doing?
You're like a boomer trying to work the TV, dude.
Wow. Yeah, I have never played this game. I swear to Christ.
Wait, so
Is it mail? What? I can get mail in this fucking game?
No, like the mail is like your missions and your quests. You go into the door.
I have not played this game. I've never seen this game. I swear to gosh.
You gotta read your mail on your pager.
Whoa! There's a lot going on. Holy
Okay, that's
shit.
old
Those
stuff
are-
you've already
yeah.
seen.
Okay.
That one right there, that's
a
our
mission.
current mission.
Alright, sweet.
I've
that
been having
effort.
fucking crazy dreams now since I like haven't been smoking.
Yeah.
I had a dream that I had gone to like some punk show,
Oh.
and while waiting in line, like some guy like said some shit like "Hey pussy," like so it was like something
Random
stupid,
bullying
right?
shit.
Just random bullying shit that my mind like made up for
That's
some reason.
hilarious.
In the dream, I pretty much like took that as an act of aggression itself and just like body slammed him in my dream for some reason.
Holy Christ, you were
Insane.
ready to throw
Insane.
down.
You've got a lot
Roided
of
out
like
lucid dream.
anger to get out in your dreams.
I mean,
You're
yeah,
ready to kill
absolutely.
at
It's a
these
great
functions.
outlet. But no, for some reason, like that happened, right? I don't know why. I don't know who the guy was. I'm pretty sure it was like the villain from like The Mask, because we watched The Mask recently, like
Oh,
Dorian.
damn.
Like
Okay.
That movie sucked.
it was so good. The Mask is awesome. Shut up. But no. Then after the show, he like met me outside. And he was like, "I've been waiting for you." And then he like pulled out a fucking gun, and I had to like
Whoa.
fucking run away from him. He was like shooting at me and shit. And then I like
Holy
found a
Christ.
gun, and then I had to kill that guy. And then I like went back to the show the next night, and then I found fucking what the fuck that guy's name was at the show.
Gage.
I found Gage,
yes.
and I told Gage about it, and Gage like lost his mind laughing about it in my dream.
Mission already over.
Dude,
Yeah,
know,
you
this
did the
just-
mission already.
Yeah, nice. That was sweet. That just makes me want to go to more shows with you, though, because I want to see this happen.
I know, I don't want any of this to happen.
Wait,
It
I
so,
sounds
like,
want to
terrible.
meet weird freaks and then watch you kill
I don't
them.
want to kill anybody.
Yeah, so like
it was
who the
very
fuck is
traumatic and
Gage?
awful. It's just he was like the guy that I was telling. He was like being real friendly and like putting his like arm around me, like talking, like, screaming into my ear during the show.
Oh my, that was so funny. I love that we have like real life lore that we can tell on this YouTube shit now, because
Yeah.
like that was hilarious.
Gage like talked us into like fucking like ramming into some strangers he met that night, like talking at the bar. He's like, "You
Hell
see those
yeah.
two guys? I'm gonna like talk to them and get them to like turn around, and when they turn around, you guys just run at them and shoulder check them really hard."
And we did.
Yeah,
we
we did.
listened. I was like so weirded out because I saw him start talking to you. I was like, what is this guy saying to you? And then he told me the plan too in my ear, and I like was so skeptical because I'm like, why would I ever just
You
randomly hit someone like
Yeah,
that?
you let a stranger convince you to like perform an act of
That
violence
is-
against
literally.
another
It is a metal
stranger.
show. It is a metal show, or it is expected.
And
okay?
it turned out like the most fun part of the night because we just started bashing this guy, and then he was like the best dude because he just hit us right back. Like
Yeah.
it was sick. Like immediately.
So
He
Also-
immediately lost his wallet though. Like his wallet like flew out of his pocket.
Yeah, he was like holding a beer or something at one point, so I was kind of worried. Like, oh, we're not gonna knock someone's drink out of their hand, are we?
God. But no, like the first thing he said to me was like, "This shit's pretty heavy, man."
And then he started like talking about your hair to you. And
Yeah,
stuff,
he's like,
right?
"I'd be headbanging if I wasn't balding myself," and took off his head, like showed me his bald head.
And he had some crazy tattoos. He had a berserk tattoo on one arm that was like huge, like bigger than the manga panel. He had like a skull and a flower around his ear.
Yeah.
Like, he had some shit on. And then, the craziest part was as soon as the show ended, he like tried to walk out at the same time as us. And
No,
the
like
first
he
thing
offered us a
asked
cigarette. It wasn't. It was,
No, he just wanted to hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like then he was like, "I'm not from around here. Where's Hooker Alley?" It was the first thing he said to us.
And I love like your response mainly was, "I don't know. I have a girlfriend."
I just had to like be real as fuck with him. Like I was not in the mood for some reason to be like polite. I don't know. I just wanted to be real with him, but he took it well.
It's just
Oh.
like
It's
the
a fair
funniest
enough
thing to say to a stranger outside of a bar.
It was such a goofy interaction, and then he showed us the trailer for that Tim Robinson movie. That's
Yeah.
like friends or whatever.
Friendship.
Is that why you want to watch Friendship
Yeah.
so bad? Because like some fucking rando like.
Exactly.
It was amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was a great show, though. It was super fun. The band in the middle, I keep thinking about and laughing
the
about.
poor drummer.
Exactly, that's what I was gonna say. I've
Knocked over
told
his
everyone.
fucking drums.
Yeah, at one point he like had to adjust them, and then at another point, like
He
he
lost
messed up
beat.
during a song.
He like lost beat, and the other guys like both went.
They turned around and looked at him to be like, "Really, dude?" And then he was like, "I'm sorry, guys, I didn't mean
He
to."
looked like he was gonna cry.
He looked so sad, and then they continued playing like it wasn't the most awkward fucking thing ever.
Like, what are you supposed to do, honestly, though?
Yeah, it was so funny though.
What about that other dream story you had? Because we've been hounding you with jokes about the Minecraft movie so much.
Oh my god, yeah. During like one of the concerts during that night, how did I forget about this? Jack Black was like having a concert in the middle of like Green Day and like the Offspring for some
Whoa,
reason.
okay, sick. That'd be a hell of a night.
And Jack Black for some reason like put up on like a giant like projected screen like the scene of Chicken Jockey, and it pissed me off so bad in my dream that I screamed at him to take it easy.
I've never gotten that pissed in a dream from something that inconvenienced me in that way. Like, that's so funny.
It just hurts my
We
brain.
don't have any
so
friends.
Damn.
Ah,
That's so
because
funny that it stresses you out so much it followed you into the dream world. Like, you hate the Minecraft movie that much.
I've never even seen it.
Who is this babe? What is going on? Why is she slaying so hard on the boat?
Why
your
is
boss.
Bayonetta here?
Like, holy
That's
shit.
very inappropriate. That's your boss, dude.
Oh, fair. I'm just saying she looks like she's a girl boss. No cap, like,
Is it the glasses?
I guess.
Okay, if you want to dive, you need to like. I think you either hit up on the D-pad or you just walk to the back of the boat.
Oh, okay. I haven't been
She said
trying to
something
do
about the
that.
dolphin going to a lagoon, though. I think there's like
Oh, I can
story
dive.
stuff.
Yeah.
I was not paying attention.
I
to
mean, it's
story.
been like so many months since we last played.
And it was not. I was not involved.
Yes, you were.
I was not involved. I
You were- you were
swear.
Absolutely
Yeah.
here, I promise.
There's no way. Either that or I just didn't look at the game once. Like I was literally behind a sheet or something.
I honestly don't blame you.
Okay, you two have been teasing us with a story for like 2 weeks, and you
Right.
kept saying that it's like so
It was
mind blowing.
Terrible.
It wasn't an ordeal. It was the most like
It was an experience.
It was a very character developing like thing. It was like maybe the most, I guess, like adult experience of our lives.
Holy
like
shit.
becoming a real adult.
Okay, like this caused you to grow as people.
Yeah, I realize I don't want anything to do with
character
certain people.
development in like one day.
They went.
Wow.
They went to a personal DashCon.
Pretty much.
What?
You
No,
don't know what DashCon is?
Wait, no, I don't. Actually.
we didn't.
Apparently he does.
Yeah, I mean, it's
There was, like,
tragedy. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
So I'd been, like made a new friend recently.
Okay.
Like friend in quotations, I guess.
This is interesting. This is going in a direction I didn't
What-
expect.
Andy's not used
Yo.
to hearing about her sex life.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, literally. Please shut
That
up.
is inappropriate for you to say.
It's so funny.
I guess I'm not that too shy about it, if you're not.
No.
Yes, I hooked up with a girl.
Okay, very cool.
So, like, she invited me to her wife's birthday party.
Okay. Whoa. Yeah, nice. This is so sick. Holy shit. This is the most adult story you've ever told me. This is fucking crazy. What's happening?
Yes, her
It's getting real.
wife is.
Can I just say one thing before you go on?
Yeah.
This is the most. It's so funny right now, but the most overstimulating experience of my life because I'm so stoned and I'm just spinning, and I have to control the way I look, and this text keeps popping up. Like I'm freaking the fuck out in the best way. Okay. Anyway,
That's a good thing to
Okay.
keep going.
Yes, she invited me to her wife's birthday party.
Okay. Swag. That's actually
her
fire.
wife. I feel like this is important for context later, or more for opinion.
Okay.
Her wife is a medical doctor.
You know, I think that almost makes it better. I mean, because then you're like, I'm safe. I am safe. At least you hope.
Yeah,
I mean,
right?
God.
Yeah, you'd think.
That's what you would want. I mean,
Yeah.
I assume that this is going to get a little more weird than that, but... You know.
So, like, at the party, Kolya came with, like, we sat in, like, her backyard in, like, a hammock the entire night.
Okay.
Because, like, everybody there was, like, some different flavor of, like, unchecked, mentally ill, like, weirdo, like,
Tumblr
Tumblr queer disease.
That sounds like a really chill and fun environment for a party. It would make you very calm.
Yes.
They were all queer derogatory.
It's like a cast party at a high school.
Okay,
They're about to
like,
go into an IHOP and sing a song and do a dance.
But no, like, it starts out pretty nice, because, like, when the night started, like, for context, we arrived 2 hours late. Like, I had to, like, work up a lot of courage to, like, go to, like, a party.
Justified. I'd be pretty freaked out.
Yeah, like, I've never been to a party before.
Yeah,
It
we
was
don't
my
know
first,
anybody,
like, party.
Like, nearly don't know anybody.
That would be overwhelming.
We're not like party people.
I can imagine, I can like remember, you know, just even as like a teenager, like psyching up to go to an event with like a lot of people was like really stressful.
Yeah.
It just takes a lot out of you.
That was, like, the most, like, brave and bold and, like, character developing thing I've done.
That is huge, and no wonder it's such a story because like I can only imagine how intense that was.
That guy looks like an alligator.
It's so cool.
Just like a random comment I want to say is like a lot
You
of
gotta
people
pet
just
it.
like happen to dress like magicians, in my opinion.
That's
Okay,
fucking
yeah,
that's just
awesome.
gay,
Holy
man.
shit. I was just
That's
thinking the
bizarre.
other day,
But
like, oh,
Yeah, get his name.
I didn't know how to do it. Oh,
Okay, if
I'm petting
if you hold the button, you can, like, rub them.
Oh, that's what's happening? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
treasure.
So cute. Where do you... Oh. Do I,
Okay, you have to go out of the Sark, and then you have to swim over and click on the treasure.
Okay.
Okay, so, like, I'm gonna... Every time somebody, like, introduced themselves to us, they gave us, like, the weirdest, like, worst names imaginable.
Nice.
Like, fucking...
Okay,
I don't know, think we should use, like, real names.
They use names like,
object
Buttercup and
Oh,
like,
so this is like really like the stereotypical like Twitter gay, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what's up? My name's
Okay,
Bug.
okay,
And,
for
like,
more
Instagram.
context...
Hi,
Okay,
I'm
or
Stapler.
no.
okay, for further context... Oh, yeah, grab that.
How do I...
Hold A and then press B.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, no, everybody was in their mid-30s to mid-40s.
Oh, that would be
Millennials.
intense. Okay, wow.
So, like, that level of, like, mentally ill, like, Twitter queer.
Which, I mean,
It's kind of
fire.
acceptable if you're like teenager to 20s, but once you get over 30, it's kind of like
Yeah.
you. How long has it been since you've seen a doctor?
Like, their
Damn.
names were, say, like, Bunt or, like, Mountain Dew.
Holy
Actually,
wait.
though.
Okay, why am I not
Grunt.
grabbing this?
Dr.
Or like
Pibb.
coffee,
Fucking...
angry.
Well, please tell me that was not one.
Very close.
Oh my god.
Very close.
Mold.
Okay,
There's
have
still-
I already gotten this thing or what?
Hey, this is a future Grummery. I just remembered that, like, the first person we talked to, when we, like, introduced ourselves to them, they, like, went, oh, I'm gonna introduce myself to you as Chow, or something like that. And it was, like, really weird and awkward. And then at another point during the party, one of their friends, like, called them by a different name, and they got really, like, mad, and they were all like, oh, you can't call me by my real name, but you're my friend and you didn't know any better, so I guess it's okay, but, like, don't call me Jemfika, you have to call me Scrapyard or some shit like that. It was a little funny, honestly. Pretty cool. I think you got the treasure, but maybe there's a tiny fish in there. Hit plus on your
Okay, thank you.
remote.
Oh, that's how
Okay, yeah,
Tiny
there's a little fish.
He's getting away.
I already looked at him.
Okay, but no, like, it started out fine. Like, everybody, like, we were promised, like,
Quote-unquote
maybe
fine.
weed and light drinking.
Okay, as you'd expect.
Yeah,
that's
and,
a
like,
party.
since we, like, got there 2 hours late, everybody was, like, a little drunk.
Yeah, they already had the
Which was, like,
drinks.
fine. It was expected. Like, fucking, I think 10 minutes, like, after we got there, like, half of the party just like went in the kitchen and like sang a sea shanty together.
Whoa!
Like,
okay, this is a sick ass party.
Hi-ho.
God damn.
It wasn't. It was very obnoxious and terrible.
I mean, that I can imagine that if I was in a group of people I didn't know and I was like nervous and they started singing a song together all at once, especially one that I didn't know,
like
that would probably be that would freak me out.
like there was the vibes that these people
Accidentally
were
ran
all
into a cult.
fairly close to each other.
Yeah.
That can be really tough.
You
like,
went to a
Yeah.
birthday party with the polycule.
yeah, then 'cause
Not
Not
that's
really,
tough.
quite. No.
It's
Okay.
like going. It was like going to your mom's wedding, except like
Worse.
10 years younger.
Worse.
Golly.
Okay, like a lot happened. So much happened. Too much happened. Way too much happened. Okay, so like we went just like into the backyard and like sequestered ourselves away
Fair.
for like the most part.
Chill out a little bit.
Like it was fairly normal. Like we were told they'd be like weird queer people, so we were like expecting that.
Yeah.
Like one dude had a story about his like factory farm in Minecraft.
Oh.
And then 20 minutes later, he started talking about the metaphysical powers of your mind and, like, real magic. About how you have to, like, temper your, like, fucking, like, imaginary bubble with, like, shit or something.
Holy shit.
Like, fucking, he, like, as soon as he said the word, like, fucking metaphysical, me and Kolya both, like, lost our shit in, like, the hammock.
That's so sick. What?
Alright, something else that happened. Like, while Kolya and I were, like, sitting in the hammock, like, this one dude, like, walked up to us, and, like, I introduced myself to him as Gremory, and, like, in a very, like, serious and concerned voice, he replied, like, Gremory? Like, the Book of Spells? I don't fuck with demons. And then he just, like, fucking walked off, like, quietly. That was also pretty funny. But also, like, what the fuck? Okay, but, like, around that time, we had been, like, notified that Molly was going around the party.
Oh, okay. A little
So, like,
bit, more of an intense drug.
Yeah,
Things
more
started
than we were...
going hard.
Yeah, more than we were promised, more than we expected.
Right, you're like, oh, there's gonna be
That penguin just
normal
clipped
shit.
into the boat.
That dude was flying. There we go.
God.
But yeah, it was just not what you would.
You know,
Okay.
chill millennial party.
It
need
was
alcohol.
okay, like, things quickly snowballed at a certain point.
I would imagine after the drugs come out, that could really get that going.
Fucking...
It gets way worse.
It
Just
gets
the right people like left, and now it's the hard stuff.
Oh yeah. God, that's not a fun vibe.
Fucking... There was, like, some, like... Schizo something.
Schizoaffective or something.
Yeah, there was a schizoaffective dude that like walked up to us and told us about how he like took LSD.
He took 7 hits of acid and like watched his face peel off in the mirror and then like met God and then made a promise with God to not jack off for the next 7 years.
Oh, like this is all happening in front of you. Like this guy's having
He's
this psychotic break.
No.
in front of you?
He was like, this happened 2 weeks ago. Like,
Oh,
he was
he's
telling
telling
us
you
the
the story. Okay.
Yeah. He
like-
made a deal with God. Well,
Like originally it was supposed to be never again because like if he ever masturbated his life would be ruined, but he was able to negotiate it down to 7 years.
Yeah, me and God had
Negotiating
a
with
chat.
God.
He's cool with it if I
God's
just
not
wait.
big on negotiation and deals. That sounds more like the devil.
Oh man,
That man met the devil.
Holy shit, that's
God,
funny.
like it's been so long since this like fucking party that I don't know if we'll be able to like really like give it the full like
It's not as
depth
fresh
of
as
what
it
it
was.
deserves.
Like you don't.
Like
you're
we
not as
can't do
emotionally
it justice.
affected. Damn.
But like around that time, we also like started getting whispers of like, you know what? Not quite yet. We're not gonna get there.
You're getting lots of hints and whispers in this story. There's like a,
Okay,
a
because
unique
like
advisor behind you.
we're
like,
remembering it like. So like I'm basically blind. I have very poor perception. I have very poor hearing.
Right.
So like I didn't really notice like anything was especially up, but Kolya kept picking up like little things.
Nah, I see.
So
Noticing shit.
very. It wasn't even like menacing. It was just like very uncomfortable things
Yeah.
to see.
Like I wouldn't say it was anything like problematic or wrong. It's just more so that we are like outsiders
It
to that
wasn't
situation,
expected.
and it wasn't
Yeah.
expected, but like
And
people
it's
were
not.
getting
I
like,
respect
what
their
you're signed
space,
up
but
for.
did not expect to be in that space.
yeah,
I
like,
totally get that.
They didn't let you know what kind of space you were going into.
Not explicitly,
No.
though.
Sometimes there's no way to know,
It seems
yeah.
like they just thought you were like just like them.
I,
So you're
yeah.
normal.
Yeah.
You're just like kind of autistic.
yeah, I'm normal.
You are.
That was so
I'm
sad.
normal.
Don't say it like that. You are.
But no, like people were like touching each other and getting like a little handsy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was starting to think this is probably where that story was going because I know the kind of people.
Yeah,
Not
What-
good.
They're a
Very
little
bad.
too open, a little too trusting.
Yeah.
The kind of people who fall into cults really easily.
maybe. Like, definitely like unchecked mentally ill, bad mentally ill people.
Never had a healthy relationship to save their life.
Dang. Holy shit. Holy shit.
No.
I want you to know that since I'm the only one with earbuds in, I'm the one that has to listen to this.
Is this your fault for giving me access to the MP3 files?
It was about 10 years ago that I became a Markiplier. Okay, so like, it's gonna be really hard for me to focus. I'm gonna take this out of my ear.
That's a
All of the
really
people
good
at this
idea.
party were Markipliers, and he did save them.
Most likely.
Okay, so like, right. Okay, now the rest of this happens like 10 minutes before we like left, maybe 5 minutes. What do you think?
Probably like 15.
15?
We talked to that guy outside for quite a while. Like
Yeah.
like we wanted to leave, and then that guy like started talking to us, and then like that conversation I cannot like walk away from.
Like, it was a really good conversation, but I can't do it justice. You have to do it
I
justice.
can't really do it justice either, but like I was just like losing my shit because he was just like I don't know, he's just like freaking out, telling me about like how much he loves like having an ego death and like freaking out, like
Whoa.
dying in the mirror and like becoming a new person. I'm just like, yeah, man, I get that.
Cool,
But then like
yeah.
after that, that's when he told the other part of the story.
Oh.
It's like, holy shit, I
Okay.
can't really relate to that part.
So, like-
13-year-olds out there.
So, like, maybe 15 minutes before we left, like, the majority of the party just, like, disappeared. Like,
Went
Hmm.
upstairs.
they went upstairs.
Genuinely, actually.
Wow. Okay.
And, like, which was very uncomfortable.
Yeah, that would
Because
feel a little weird.
They didn't tell you it was going to be
Yeah.
censored by something in the video orgy.
Right.
Ugh.
That's
Okay,
yeah,
you
that's
should
a lot
okay.
to
You
get
use the
into.
D-pad to click left and right.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
Yeah, get Markiplier out of here.
Okay. What do we
You
want?
should never
Just
invite someone to a
nothing.
party that you know is going to turn into an orgy if you haven't, like,
They
checked
need to be
them for
aware
the
of
orgy.
that. They actually do need to consent to be involved.
Yeah.
With that,
It's
truthfully.
not
I
cool
mean-
to invite someone over when you don't tell them what you're doing.
Yeah, like,
very
what the
much so.
fuck?
That's not
Consent is very important.
Yeah, you have to be responsible about that kind of stuff.
Like, this isn't voyeurism here. This is, like, still invited into a private space and, like, having this happen around you without your knowledge.
And that's just a extremely weird feeling vibe
Yeah.
to suddenly be exposed
Okay,
to.
but like it gets better because like apparently they were doing nitrous too.
Oh no!
Just dripping fat balloons
No.
up there.
That is actually horrific. Like when you found
It's
that out,
such
like, I can
gross
only
shit.
imagine like you had to have kind of been like,
All right,
what the
time to go.
fuck? Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Okay, like that's where like fucking her wife being a medical doctor comes back into play.
Yeah,
Oh,
because then it's like,
no.
why
She
are
is
you
the one
allowing
doing the
this?
nitrous upstairs at that
she was the
moment.
one that does
Probably.
like nitrous.
She does indulge in that.
That's really gross and weird.
Yeah, like as a medical doctor.
I gotta pet him.
That's probably where she gets some of it.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I mean,
It's probably much easier. It is.
You can just
really
get it from, like,
easy.
smoke
Yeah,
shops,
exactly.
can't
I
Yeah.
guess.
That's so messed up.
When I was a
It's
teenager,
so that way.
I did split like a fucking nitrous pack with like a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
like fucking something like Molly. It's gross, but it's still like whatever. It's irresponsible.
Right.
It's irresponsible.
It's also just like a common party drug, right? But then it's like with nitrous, I don't know. That's
like nitrous, like that's like there's no safety to it. There's
Right.
no
It's
like anything. Like that is a
only
debilitating
dangerous, yeah.
like dangerous drug.
Which like if you're
What do you want?
My water underneath the bed.
These are
if you're in a situation where people's lives are like genuinely, I don't know, being affected in that way, or like hard drugs like that are being done, like you have to be so careful about who you're around and just like not show people that. That's like, can you imagine just people starting shooting up heroin at a party? Like that's horrifying.
that is a mood killer.
Yeah, you don't want to be just doing that in front of people.
And honestly, I could probably see in a few years these people probably getting that far.
No, like some of them were very clearly like druggies.
Oh, that's not.
It's
good.
unfortunate that it tends to be these kind of people who turn to drugs because life is really fucking shitty.
Yeah.
But also they're very mentally ill, so it's very easy for them to think this is the right thing.
Yeah.
That's
like,
crazy.
I guess it's one thing to like be friends with people who are like struggling with like life and drugs and like that kind of stuff, but it's another thing to like indulge them with drugs and then also orgy.
Very true.
Gotta pet the shark.
Oh, I tried to pet him.
You gotta hold the button and like wiggle it.
Oh, see, that is so smart. I forgot how the Wii works.
How to get
Yeah.
sharp.
There we go. Petting the shit out of this dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably my little bit of autism, but I just don't understand, like, doing drugs at a party or, like, doing stuff like that just because there's other people doing it. Yeah, what a party.
Yeah, that's something like, as soon as we got into the car, it was like a hoo-wee moment.
Yeah.
Let's stop talking to these people.
I would imagine that there was just a point where you're like, all right, let's get out of here. Let's just actually
Yeah.
stand up and go.
That's,
God,
yeah, I
this
literally
isn't
looked at
our
her and went,
scene.
alright, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, like it's also pretty cool because like all of that happened immediately after like, okay, I'm feeling pretty comfortable at this party. It's not
Yeah.
so bad. Let's stay a little
Right.
longer.
Like, oh,
You're chilling a little bit.
And
you're
then
like,
everything
Chilling,
goes
talking to
downhill.
people, and then the drugs happen.
oh my god, that's such a bomb to get hit with. Like, all right, hey, I think I'm getting to know these people a little bit. Boom.
Like
We're
they're
doing
definitely not
drugs
like
now.
my people, but they don't seem like offensive or like
You-
bad to
you
be
were
around.
just
Oh wait,
scarred
never
by
mind.
your first party.
Right.
I thought these were nice people. Oh, they didn't tell me this was a drug party.
Well, I guess it's only up
Or
from
an
here,
orgy.
party wise. Like, you can't do much worse than that, honestly. Like, that's about
Be
as bad
better
as it
at
gets.
like a hetero college party.
Right, like
Probably.
an actual
It's
frat
like
party.
just like a beer and some people hogging the bathroom.
Right,
Maybe one guy's got weed.
exactly.
But like they don't have the money to get like actual stuff.
God.
But these people had like jobs.
Like-
One of them was a doctor.
A
That's
doctor.
crazy to me.
How can you like be at that point in your life where you're just doing that?
Like these people were like, I'm gonna say rich.
yeah.
They were like disconnected from reality money.
Yeah.
I
Like,
mean,
they would-
We already knew that when you talked about metaphysical guy, because they're like, that's just
No, that
Out of
guy,
the people
very
that invited us,
that
to
guy's,
this party.
like, yeah, he's not rich.
No, like she would tell me like shit about how like she would like import fish to like make her own like fucking sushi and that kind of shit.
Whoa.
importing sushi.
That's some wealthy shit.
Yeah, like fucking
Just get a tuna like a normal person.
yeah, like
Or
fucking
salmon.
her brother lives in Japan, so she has like a ton of like these super fancy like silk gowns in her closet.
Oh my
Christ.
god.
How
God.
do people like this, like, I guess they do drugs so they're like not attached to this mortal coil at all.
Yeah, like there's a level of disconnect that millennials are, and then another disconnect that rich people are.
And then you get rich millennials, and it's like,
It's
whoa.
like
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't know they let rich people be gay and have orgies.
I mean, like
Rich people do like drugs, that's for sure.
That is true. But they're usually not gay.
Maybe not.
Like, it was so weird. It was very
I
uncomfortable.
feel like you would have picked up on the vibes of that, like, while getting to know these people.
Yeah, you would think.
Like, I mean, there's a little bit of Tumblr disease that's okay to like hang out with and like talk to, but
Like, to be fair, I never interacted with, like, her wife, who definitely seems like a bad person, like a disgusting person. Like, I'd been talking to, like, this girl for, like, a week. Like, we'd been playing, like, video games, and we went on one date.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a little typical for like more egotistical, kind of weird, not nice, bad people to become doctors for like the power over someone else.
Yeah, like my fucking...
But it's usually surgeons specifically for that one. But I mean, that's like the story trope is a surgeon. But I guess any kind of doctor.
I mean, like, you definitely need some level of disconnect to be a doctor.
Yeah.
Like, Kolya's, like, talked about how he feels like you need to be a bad person to, like, want to be a doctor.
I mean, arguably.
I feel like there are a lot
of wrong reasons to be a doctor.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it. There's like a small amount of occasions where it's like morally correct to want to become a doctor.
Yeah.
God, what else?
Do you have any more stories?
There was one girl at the party who had, like, this glass vial full of, like, liquid.
Yeah.
And she, like, pulled it out and, like, there was, like, a little glass instrument on the cap that she would, like, touch to, like, the gums of her mouth.
Oh?
Never figured out what that was.
That
Very
freaks
strange.
me
Any
out.
idea?
Like, that was incredibly
Some sort of like
uncomfortable.
liquid drug, I'm assuming. But like that's just so obscure and strange. Like what
That
the
is
fuck
really
What
weird.
could that
What
have
the
been? But, like, to be...
What
People
kind
do
of
opium in
Star
here.
Wars shit is that?
Yeah, to, like, be gumming... Oh, what about that blue guy? Nah. We're getting too distracted with the video game.
Yeah, really. This
Honestly,
story's
sounds like
way
the kind of
fucking
people
crazy.
my sister would hang out with, like to demean her a little bit because, as nice as she is, she's definitely in the gay party scene. These kind of people.
Yeah, because, like, I don't know, the girl that I was talking to specifically didn't come off as a party girl. She seemed fairly, like,
It's
reserved.
Like, you
she
had
might
confidence
be in
that
a
this is
toxic relationship.
Oh no, she's
Quite
definitely in a toxic
possibly.
relationship.
But like
This quite
beforehand, you were
possibly be
confident
bad
she was
for
pretty normal. Like just
Yeah.
Like I said, Tumblr disease people very prone to falling into cults, and toxic relationships are cults of two people.
She definitely gives me the vibe that she gets overly attached to people. She definitely seems like the type of person that falls into abusive relationships easily and then doesn't get over them.
It doesn't take a lot to make them trust you.
Yeah.
weird vibe. I guess do you think you'll hang out with this person again?
No.
Because I'm thinking maybe not.
Ooh, like, that was a very uncomfortable and, like, out of the blue situation.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
So that is crazy that you had to just hold that in and not talk about
That
that.
was
for,
a
like,
2 week
2
long.
weeks.
This was 2 weeks ago.
That's fucking wild.
That's why I haven't been, like, editing videos. It's because I've been talking to women like a baller.
That's pretty gangster.
She's
I'm not
been
gonna lie.
pulling.
I'm proud of you.
She's been pulling.
That's fucking cool.
She had to know what she wanted, you know.
That's true. It's true. Very cool.
Gotta start interacting with society at some point. Gotta pull you out of your dink room.
I mean, I've been trying my hardest. It's just hard.
It is difficult. It's genuinely really tough, especially as an adult, to like maintain friendships and get social. It's
Like,
not.
You've been on a
easy.
pretty good winning streak, though.
I don't know. It's easy to talk to women, but it's hard to get them to talk to you back.
Damn, that's the saddest way you could have said that.
No, it's
What?
like genuine, because like almost everybody you talk to, like you put in the effort, you are social, you ask questions, and then they just like never ask questions back, and then they just like never message you
Just
again.
incredibly dry.
No, you're
and
so
nothing.
right. Like I
Yeah.
only was on. I don't know. I was probably on the app. What is it? Tinder? Is it? It's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was on that shit for like a short time. You know, before I
Yeah.
met my
If
lady,
they're
and that was
not-
deeply depressing. Like
Yeah.
it's horrible
If
out
someone's
there.
not, like, curious or asking questions about you, they're probably only on the dating app for a hookup.
Yeah.
But that's not what I
But
want.
there's so many people who are just not putting any effort into something because they want a relationship to happen to them.
And it's just so disheartening when, like, you're gonna swipe for hours.
Yeah.
Hours of swiping, and sometimes it's just so, like nothing.
It's definitely
So
worse
weak.
for guys.
I remember when I was like 18 or 19, I was on fucking Tinder.
Yeah.
And I matched with this girl, and she like matched with me just to like shit on me completely.
Yeah, what the
Dude, like she matched with me just be like, why did you match with me, you like fat piece of shit?
No!
Like,
Oh my
my
god,
God.
that's horrible! Because I've always, like, mentally imagined doing that in my head, just like, like, what if you literally just matched with someone to, like, shit on them? But, like, they actually did that. Like, that seems imaginary. Like, how could someone
Actual
do
psycho behavior.
that? Like, yeah, genuinely, that's crazy.
This
I
person-
found it very funny. It
This
didn't
person
hurt me in any way, if that
indirectly,
makes you
like,
feel
said-
any better.
No,
a
absolutely.
compliment to you, and then you immediately go on the attack to be like, "Oh, you're ugly. Why'd you match with me?"
Yeah, that's wild.
When they are literally like thinking that you're attractive because they matched with you.
Right.
Shit was so funny.
Dating apps suck, but it's kind of my only way to make friends right now.
It's one of the few ways to reach out unless you're like a
You-
part of a mutual.
You're probably
space
gonna
where
find
adults
more
already hang
Tumblr
out.
disease people like that if you do like not normal avenues like dating apps. Like if you try to like learn about new people in the area by joining somebody's Discord, you're not gonna find good people. You're gonna find Tumblr disease doing Molly upstairs and during an orgy with nitrous.
Like, there's a reason these people are on dating apps.
Yeah, they're just desperate for any type of social connection that they
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
exploit.
they need more bodies for their wife's birthday orgy.
The fact I forgot about the wife's birthday part. That's still fucking
Yeah, I was
crazy.
hooking up with this girl and she invited me to her wife's birthday.
It's a really good.
That
yeah,
line like knocked you out for a second.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Because
the
you-
penguins
you-
are on the boat.
Yo!
They clipped through and became real.
They like to
Sorry.
visit.
Like, it should have been fine, because, like,
Like
it should have
poly
been
stuff
fine.
is fine. It's
Like, it's
literally
not even poly,
harmless.
it's, like, platonic friendship.
Yeah, and it also like just like blows to feel optimistic about like a social connection and then to just have it be exploited in that way.
Yeah.
Like that really.
I've looked
is
at these
depressing.
penguins like 7 times each.
Okay, well, I'm
well, they're
having fun
penguins.
pressing
They're really nice to
buttons,
look at. Okay.
So.
Fucking last time we went to the aquarium, you sat in front of the penguins for like 25 minutes
no.
waiting for
You
one to
needed to
do a
calm down.
It
dive.
was like
Seeing
5
fish.
minutes and they finally dove.
It was much longer than
Penguins
that.
are awesome.
You've got like 3 different species here.
I mean, we've gone to the aquarium twice, and it was the first time I ever got to see a penguin dive in real life.
And we did it
You were
both
waiting for
times.
Dude, it was so cool.
It would be so cool. Totally.
Penguins
Okay,
are pretty
Her
cool.
walk.
Yeah.
She has a runway walk. Look at her.
She is
Look at that.
serving.
She literally is. That's crazy. It's nighttime. Yeah, that's honestly rough for you
This-
guys that that party went that way, and I want to say my condolences because that actually sucks. But also, incredible story fuel.
The
Incredible.
perfect content farm.
Like, we're so disconnected from it now that we cannot do it justice.
I can't even remember if I had anything I wanted to say.
Any
after
stories?
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
came to this freaking Let's Play like, oh yeah, maybe I'll talk about my tasty steak that I cooked for dinner. And then you guys were like, okay, guess about like one of the craziest things that we've ever had happen to us. Like, whoa! Holy shit!
Need to find more parties.
I like
Honestly
that.
though,
I want to find a party where it's just like, I don't know,
Normal
like
people.
10 to 12 people who are just like fucking hanging out, like eating
Yeah.
pizza and smoking
Like,
weed.
I was expecting
playing
people to be
games
and
maybe
shit.
be
Fucking
smoking,
awesome.
maybe be playing like board games at a table.
You gotta look for like the D&D nerds because
They are
will-
D&D nerds.
No,
Of
just
course
No,
they are.
wait,
nerds.
that.
and they
Yeah,
play
you
dark
can- you
elves.
have-
They play
you
dark
have-
elf sorcerers that are true neutral. The fuckers.
You have to tell them about the
Oh,
phrase that somebody kept using.
Oh yeah, like one person like made a joke that just didn't land, and so
they
they
kept
described
doing
it as rolling a 1, and they reiterated on that
That joke rolled
4
a
times
one.
in a
That
row.
joke rolled a
And then
one.
somebody else
Yeah,
came over and went over
actually.
like, "Hey, what are you
Actually.
guys talking about?" And then like I assume her husband was all like, "Oh yeah, she just like rolled a 1," and then they both like
Oh.
belted out a belly laugh.
And then they sang a sea shanty. I'd be so overstimulated by that. Holy fuck.
This sounds like some madhouse. Like you were in Wonderland here. You were not in the real world.
I mean, God. Just crazy.
I can't believe it.
It was awesome, but also awful. The worst. Like,
Parties?
it was so obscure
Rancid.
that it was, like, such an experience.
You gotta find the, like, guy D&D nerds who all they do is smoke, drink, and play D&D. Where, like, they just like D&D. They like old D&D. They don't like new D&D.
Okay, but like guys that like D&D are just always like fat dudes with like their salt and pepper like half-foot beards.
Yeah, you're looking for hotties, right?
Well,
You're
yeah.
not
Go
looking
for their daughters,
for
I
an old
assume.
man.
No.
That's
You can't fuck your dungeon master's daughter?
That's a power play right there.
That is very problematic.
That is not problematic.
What? You cannot make friends with somebody to like get at like their fucking family.
That's definitely problematic.
It's not family, it's their kids that are your age.
Still though.
It's still family.
Like it doesn't matter if I make
Keep it in the
friends
family.
with somebody that's like fucking
How
40.
if you're gonna find new people besides making connections?
Is this your only like plot on how to get a girlfriend?
Is this
you
your
gotta find
hell
someone's
island right
daughter?
now?
I've dug a hole and I'm
You are
just trying to dig
such a
out, but I'm
fucking
getting deeper.
creep.
And this was for the bit.
It was
You
so
did
good.
You're actually a goddamn creep.
No.
You have been
It's okay. We know you wouldn't do that. It's okay.
I don't know if she would, cause like at our fucking like mom's or at my mom's weddings, he kept like making comments about like all the guests there.
It was not like that.
Yes,
You were
he
like,
was.
dang,
There
look
were
at
like
that
two
one.
people who I thought were cute, and I was too shy to go up and ask, and so I just, I don't know, was awkwardly talking about it to her.
That's fair. You gotta go pick up some
You're
chicks
fucking
that you gotta hit 'em up.
deplorable.
You're the one who went to somebody's wife's birthday wedding that you hooked up with.
It was a birthday party.
Like, you don't want to hit up the nitrous orgy later, guys?
The Molly
What?
nitrous weed orgy.
What?
Literally could have never been our fault, so don't even try to fucking add us for that.
No, like if everything went as promised, it would have been an
Literally
awkward at worst experience that would have still been like pleasant to like get
Right,
to hang
it
out
would've
with.
been
Them.
fun, right?
But no,
Yeah.
it was just nothing happened that was expected. It was all unexpected, all bad.
Like even to like the smallest details, like we were promised quiet music, and when we got there, it was blasting.
Oh, God. Okay, I want to know what these types of people were listening to on, like...
Okay,
the
there was
worst.
this one specific song.
100 guests.
Like I'm like the
I
best
am-
Steve
No,
I can
I am
be.
Steve. I am my best Steve in my Steve world.
What?
Stuff
Like a
is-
Minecraft parody?
No, not even a Minecraft parody.
They listened to like
God, fucking sneeze.
She described her music taste as like BDSM pop, whatever the
What?
fuck that means.
that doesn't mean anything.
It's like the
Like, it
stupid
doesn't mean
Spotify
nothing.
rap genres that they give you, like, you're such a blue edge
Yeah, like,
listener. You love this genre.
Like the songs were all sit like, I like girls that do drugs. I want girls to do drugs near me.
Oh, God.
The Orion experience?
Maybe. Fucking, they played Cult of Dionysus.
yeah, that's
You're
Orion
a fucking
experience.
degenerate. You like that one?
Yeah, I have complicated thoughts about that now that I know things about the band, but, you know,
Music-wise, though.
a lot of their songs were a little more literal than some people give them credit for. You know.
Well, I only know that one song, and that's only because you put it on the car for like long road trips.
Look, we had a couple of really nice hangs, but I think it best that we go our separate ways. I don't wish to continue this friendship. You all accepted me way too fast. You can't do that. You made me feel too free. People need rules.